is windy. But my steak is still someplace in that store.
Great.
I just finished up the same. So I think they were just covering their butts. Joyce is up.
Hi.
A very campy breakfast this morning. Good morning, Joyce.
Good morning, sweetheart.
This is the lighthouse. What do you think, Joyce?
That's really cool. Well, we're here at the lighthouse, and it walks out onto the beach, and a very unusual sort of non-windy morning. It's gorgeous out here. Well, we are in a town called Algoma. It's called the Lake Road. It follows Lake Michigan up to a peninsula, and it's really beautiful. So there's a lot of these kind of resort towns with areas for boat slips. This one has a walkway that goes out to a lighthouse out there. Okay, we're at Indian Lake State Park. In the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and it is windy. I don't even think we can sit outside. We open the doors, we have to be careful. Let's take a look in here, Joyce. Okay, let's head inside. So Joyce, why are you hanging out inside? Because it's windy out there.
Hey Joyce,
Hi.
how you doing?
Doing fine.
Good. Well, we are at the northern part of Michigan in the Upper Peninsula, and there's a bridge out there, and that bridge connects the Upers, the Upper Peninsula, to the rest of Michigan. And we're going into St. Ignace, which is near Mackinac City. We'll be going over that bridge from left to right to get over to the mainland of Michigan. Been a beautiful ride coming down. Lots of lake shore to look at. So we decided to take the Mackinac Island ferry over to Mackinac Island. We'd been there quite a few years ago, and we liked it. And going right over there to the Mackinac Island Ferry Company, and we're going to buy our tickets.
Yeah, Horse Bar. And here we are.
A couple of burgers coming up.
Yep, for lunch.
Nice place. Not cheap, but nothing to hear is.
Can I grab you guys anything else?
Very good, thank you. We're good.
You guys enjoy?
Great.
I just finished up the same one. It was pretty good. So Mackinac Island is just a really touristy place. You take a ferry over to it. It's about a 15 or 20 minute ride. And there are no cars allowed. So they rent bicycles, they have carriage rides, they actually rent horses. And of course you can walk. Last time we were here, they were building something, an addition on, and they were delivering wood by buckboard and horse. But, I mean, they're not Amish. You know, it's all modern and everything. They just don't allow motorized vehicles on the island, which is kind of cool. It gives them a distinction of being like one of a kind that way, right?
There's Joyce. And there is where one of the ferries comes in. Lighthouse and Lake Michigan. Well, Joyce, here we are at the Sleeping Dunes.
Sleeping Bear.
What?
Sleeping Bear
Dunes.
Dunes. Yeah.
State Park. And there's a big pile of sand with a whole lot of people trying to climb up it. Now, when we were here a few years ago, we actually climbed up there.
Yeah.
And we got to see more sand on the other side, if I remember. Okay, we are entering Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes National Forest. Our lifetime senior pass got us in, otherwise it's $24 for anybody who is interested. We were here in 2014 when we took the new cargo conversion on its maiden voyage. It was Michigan. We had an old truck though, it was different. We'll see what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, we're at the steep sand dune. It goes down 400 feet. I think probably 8 years ago it either was or looked steeper.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, here it is. Well, we were here in 2014. That's 8 years ago? 6, 7, 8? Yeah, 8 years ago. Pretty much the same, a lot more people than when we came. There's still those crazy people that go all the way down to the water and then spend an hour trying to climb up in the soft sand. See, some of them are struggling. They're stopping and starting and going down and flat and resting. If you get stuck down there with a medical emergency or just think you can't make it, there's a sign that says $3,000 to get you back up. So I think it's kind of crazy. Almost anybody who bothers to go down there. There's nothing compelling to go down there for except water, which is everywhere anyway.
Yeah.
Just to say you did, I guess. But I wouldn't be impressed if someone told me they did it. I would think something else. But the reason we're laughing is because we just filmed something and I didn't have the camera on, so we're starting again. And I say we're here 8 years ago, and it hasn't changed too much. There are a lot more people. There are a bunch of crazy people still going down to the water and spending an hour trying to come up. There's nothing compelling to go down there for except water. Maybe it's to say that you did. So, what do you think, Joyce?
Good. We're framed by the trees and we're looking at Lake Michigan.
Yep.
And I wanted to wish all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you too.
Well, we're at Silver Lake State Park in Michigan, and it's a really resort park. I mean, there's a lot of people here who are playing. They're not just camping. A couple of things happened that just rubbed me the wrong way, but it's okay. It's not an emergency. One was we decided we were going to pick up a steak and a tomato and a few other things, and we get here, everything was there except the steak. The steak was never put in the bag. So, pasta. And the second thing that happened was that whenever you stay at a park in Michigan, they charge you these fees. So it was $38 to stay in the park. It was an $8 reservation fee. It was what, 46 or something? And then you have to pay a recreation fee, which is $10 each time. And you know, we've paid that. And I avoid buying the annual pass for 36 because I figure we might not use it. So we get to this one and the recreation fee is $20. And I asked, there was a kid behind the thing, I asked him why. He said, because you're coming in tonight, that's 10, and you're waking up here in the morning, so you have to pay it again. And we haven't paid that in any other park. So I'm going to call the park service tomorrow, Monday morning. It's a holiday Monday, isn't it? Yeah, I probably won't be calling them. And, but anyway, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It costs $46, $50, $66 to stay here. You can almost get a cheap hotel room for that. So anyway, the next time I go in, I'll definitely ask. But this is the only park in Michigan that we had to do that.
Yes, that's true.
But we're okay.
Yep.
It's one of those things that's but it's all right. Well, about that recreational fee of $20, I asked another one of the rangers about it, and she tried to say, well, if you paid yesterday, then you don't have to pay the one for today because it's good for a day, and tomorrow's tomorrow, so you need to buy that one instead. And, you know, I was going to say, well, you know, the other parks didn't seem to care about that or even know that I had stayed in a park the day before. So, I went up to the ticket area, and she had already talked with the kid there, and he said, oh yeah, I said, we can give you a discount. So I think they were just covering their butts, but I got my $10 back. $10 is $10. You know, that's like, you know, about 15 miles worth of traveling with gas. But I'm satisfied. Still never found our steak though. Well, after 7 weeks out, and this isn't the first trip we've done. We put about 7,000 miles on this camper on this trip, but I mean the previous 25,000 miles were pretty much without incident. But there are a few things that have happened. One of them is the fan. The cover doesn't go up and down like it should. There's a small gear that raises it up and raises it down. And that unit broke. So if I want to put the cover up, I've got to put something in there and prop it up, which I've been doing. But there is a small gearbox that is known to break. I looked on YouTube, so I will be having to replace that. It costs about $40. The replacement doesn't look like it's a big deal, although I do have to get up on top. Another thing that happened, this entertainment thing I made turned out to be a hot mess. I've kept it all working for the trip. It's not a problem, but I've got to get rid of that and think of something else, because it isn't working. Things are kind of like falling down and falling apart, and I don't know why. We have hit a lot of rough roads. That's probably part of it. But I need to work up something a little more permanent, probably something attached to the side and the underneath of this cabinet. And this drawer, after having been here all of these years, has come off the rails. The drawer slides I have for it are no longer connected underneath. So I am going to have to rethink this design. None of that bothers me. Those are projects that I'm actually looking forward to. But my stake is still someplace in that store, probably in the carousel where the plastic bag was, and never put in my carriage. That's a hard one to deal with. We are doing a video at an odd angle.
Yes.
What's
Very
that?
odd.
Are you trying to block me, aren't you? I can tell. We're at Silver Lake, and I can see why they call it that. It's kind of silvery, and it's a very pretty lake, and there's sand across the way. We're sitting on a bench. They have actually these park benches here along the edge. Now let me see if I can get a park bench here. Park bench. Where's the friggin' bench? We're sitting on it. Okay, back. Okay. You're in frame again, Joyce.
Oh boy. Yeah. That's pretty.
Beautiful, that sun's rays coming through the clouds. It's very hallelujah-like. Well, tomorrow we'll head down the coast again, Michigan. I don't know exactly where we'll stop. We got to stop in Holland again. It's not very far away, you know.
Yeah, I know.
And going much south of that isn't much point, but highly recommend going up the west coast of Michigan. A lot of stuff to see. Real nice. We didn't stop at half of it. We saw it the first time around years ago.
Yes, it's very.
And we're on a little bit of a time schedule now. We have to be on the other side of New York in, what, about 5 days?
Yeah, 5 days.
5 days, yeah.
So